Hey guys, this is Rachel Feldman and Sonia Banyan. If you don't know Sonia, she is my master web designer, my strategist. She is also responsible for creating all the pages that you see at yourhealthcoachbiz.com, as well as the customer experience at our membership. What we are deep diving into is funnels. There is so much different information. We always encourage you to get books on funnels, to follow people like Ryan Deiss, who is one of my favorites. But what we've seen is that so many people are stuck, overwhelmed, feeling confused about the basics of a funnel. So I have brought on Sonia today to do a tech takeover and also just explain this launch strategy. So Sonia, you want to just take over and dive right in?
Yep. Let me, so it's the same problem with this technology.
So,
yes, I also have technical issues.
Before we even start, I want you to simplify and think of your funnel as dating. It's the first date. What freebie? What format of freebies? Any freebies can be an entry into your one-on-one, your group. Maybe you have a hybrid where you're working one-on-one and you're doing groups. Remember, the most important is to work on one at a time. Make sure that that first date is actually going to convert. And that's what Sonia is going to deep dive into today. All right.
Okay. Let's share my screen. Let's find the right screen to share to. And let's start our presentation. All right, so we're going to talk about funnels, what they are, and to kind of shed some light on a lot of questions because there's a lot of confusion. You have funnels, you maybe think, oh my God, it's something, the holy grail of my success, this and that. So basically, let's go over what is a sales funnel. We're going to go through examples and how you can create one for yourself. All right, so basically, what is a sales funnel? It is very simple. It's the path that the visitor takes on the way to buying your products or services. In other words, it's the journey from your prospect first contact with you or with your website until a completed purchase. Now, you also have control over all aspects of your funnel, and that's where you're going to lead from having a visitor to a repeat customer. So this is called a funnel. So what are the, well, you know what, let's go back. Let's get a example on a brick and mortar example because everybody's been into a store. Everybody's been into somebody else's sales funnel, not even being aware of it. So let's take this example of this lady. She wants to buy a fancy pair of shoes. And she looked online and looked through ads and she found that such and such store had that fancy pair of shoes. So, or she either made a research or she just was walking in the streets and saw that fancy little store and she decided to go in. So all that first thing is exposure and social media and all those things that you can do as your promotion for your website. So your website, we imagine, is your shoe store, for example. So this person enters the shoe store and somebody says, hey, hello, welcome to the shoe store. Then the visitor, so this lady, spots an amazing pair of shoes on sale. So she goes on the sale rack area and she's browsing, she's looking for so many different cool shoes. And the visitor is looking around while the associate connects with her. And she's telling her, you know, we have a special going on. If you buy 2 more pairs of shoes, you're going to have a deep discount. Oh, wonderful. So the lady is so enjoying her experience. She buys 3 pairs of shoes. Oh my God, so she can get this deep discount. Then she goes to checkout. And at the point of sale, the sales representative is telling her, hey, you know what? Those shoes are wonderful, but I think this bag will look so good with those shoes. Upsell right there. And she takes the bag and she leaves. She pays for everything, of course, and she leaves. She's so happy with her experience that she A, comes back, B, she's going to call her best friend, and C, they're going to go both back again. So this is a store's sales funnel, and you've been in those stores over and over and over again, and you've been part of a sales funnel without even knowing it. So we can translate that to your website. There we go. So the first step of the sales funnel is the awareness. How many people know about your website or what you offer? How are you going to attract them to your website? So in the case of the shoe store, they're going to put ads. They're going to put ads on newspaper, on the radio, on online, and so forth. So your virtual store, your website, will put maybe ads in Facebook or ads in Google, or they're going to be maybe you're invited.
Or even social media posts. I mean,
absolutely, yes.
And guys, think of this. When Sonia's talking, there are a lot of coaches who have built their business organically without any paid ads.
Right.
And then there are tons of coaches who are relying, and this is where we see biggest mistake number one, relying on paid ads to do their testing. So remember in this awareness part, I want you right now, as we're going through this, to write down 3 ways that you're building awareness. Could that be a YouTube video? We have a client right now that we're building her entire business from start to finish. And we said, wow, let's create these 5 videos that are going to be part of your landing page experience and your emails. We can also use those videos as awareness because she's going to give tips on YouTube, leading back to the opt-in freebie. So as you're building your business, don't overcomplicate. Make sure that you are repurposing content, using free places to build awareness, but making sure that you are choosing the right places, online or offline.
Right. So once you have when you have people that are aware of your site or of your offerings, like I want to complete also social media, including, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever you choose. And of course, don't do everything at once. Just choose 1 to 2, maximum 3, and do it over and over and over. Then you want them to be interested in something specific. That's where you're going to lead them onto an opt-in page for them to sign up to get either a mini course or a guide, a checklist, or something of interest.
Or a blog page, guys. So just as when you're thinking, and this is where I see everyone asking questions like, do I need ClickFunnels? Do I need this platform? Do I need lead pages? It's more the question of, does my entry point solve a problem for my ideal client? It doesn't matter if you're at a workshop offline. If you're doing a social media post, a live, what is the call to action? Come and read this blog. Come and download this freebie. Come and watch this video series that educates you on the topic that has made people say, oh, wow, I need to follow this person in the awareness stage. So just think of, what formats do I have right now? What are the 3 biggest problems my ideal client struggles with? And just write them down and ask yourself, do you have a workshop that could be a webinar? Do you have a freebie that could be a live topic or it's on an opt-in page? The idea is using your content in a variety of different ways, repurposing and not reinventing the wheel constantly, because what Sonia said is just like the one platform. If that works, you duplicate that process. You have a rinse and repeat. You should be taking what works in a freebie and using that offline if you are working offline. The same things, and seeing how can you utilize your materials so that you're not drowning in constant funnel creation that isn't proven, doesn't work, and may not work for your exact audience. Keep in mind this, and then I'm going to have Sonia move on. Funnels only work when you know your audience. There are some people, and Sonia and I had a lengthy discussion about this yesterday. Of course, we were not recording it, but we talked about the fact that you can pull every blueprint. You can pull blueprint from us. You can pull it from any other venue, free or paid. But the key to making that convert, the big C word, conversion, to change lives and to make money, is that you know how your audience communicates. You might have an audience that needs a lot of first dates with you, a lot. I needed a lot of my community in the beginning. I needed to build that trust. And I had people say to me, I have watched you for 365 days. I have downloaded every freebie you put out. And I put out a lot with basically to test them. You don't have to go into such the extensive part of, okay, now I'm going to take them to this, tripwire or this program. Find out what they want. You will naturally, as Sonia said, think about the woman in the store. You will naturally upsell. You will intuitively know what people want when you've gotten people into this interest and you start hearing from them. Their pain turns into your product.
Right. So then once you have your lead, that means your lead is already in your system. And how do you get the lead to make a decision on a sale? This is what's part of your sales funnel. Is you have a series of emails, you have a series of invitation to targeted workshops, you have retargeting, advertisement, you have all these things that create a traffic, that creates a movement from traffic to lead to sales to client. Now remember, it's not because you have a sale that you have a client. A client becomes a client when it's a repeat client and stays with you and moves down your sales funnel consistently. So it's not because you've made a sale that all of a sudden the client's going to stay with you. You still need to continue down the road until developing that relationship with that client throughout all the stages.
And just a quick pro tip, guys. A lot of us make an assumption with marketing and say, this was my journey, so this is the business I'm going to build. Remember, your business will get conversions when you listen. When you listen to what people are saying, when you survey, when you put out polls, when you tap into what does the person who's coming into this journey, what do they need? Well, if they opted into something on sugar, even if you specialize in hormones, you're going to talk about sugar and make the connection. And you're going to see where do you want to take them. So always ask yourself, where are they going? Where do I want them to go? Where, if I got them on a one-on-one call, did they say, I'm not a right fit for a group? So what Sonia's talking about, the big customer life cycle, meaning they opted in, they're building trust with you, they're getting nurtured. One nurture sequence that I love, and you can Google this, is called soap opera sequence. It really brings them into this pain, the trials, the tribulations, the up and down, the case study, the stories that you share so that you are building that trust. And so they naturally fall into a program because they have fallen into one connection with you, trust in this nurture sequence, this divine dance of first date and second, and listening and feeling and pivoting if you need to bring them to a different offer if they don't go for that first offer. And that's what makes a beautiful business funnel. So you always keep people in the customer life cycle.
All right. So again, what is going to make your visitor become customers? You need to teach, you need to nurture via emails and free offers. You maybe get to have your visitor and leads on a call with you to really pinpoint what their problem is and how you can help them, develop a relationship with them, ask, answer, help, send offers and sell. Don't be afraid to sell. Not at the first date perhaps, but down the road, third email, fourth email, at the end of a call, at the end of a second call, absolutely. And you need to take care of your customer by continuing the process of relationship building, nurturing, and selling over and over and over again. It's not once you're in the funnel that you're done. You got to continue. All right, so let's get into a health coach business. And let's see how it can translate to you. So at the very bottom, you have all those lead magnets that they're called. They can be workshops, free webinars, interviews. They're usually free, okay? So those are like the little flirting. Hey, see what I'm about and see I can help you. You can also be part of summits, giveaways, speaking engagements, and so forth. So you can also offer 15-minute, 20-minute, whatever you feel, free calls. That can also be a touch point and a lead magnet. Then
just a quick thing, guys. Remember, if you're finding that you're not having good traction in the online space, this same formula is for an offline one-on-one. So think about the workshop, the person signing up and saying, you know, you can send around. I used to send around a workshop sign up and say, if you sign up here, I'm going to send you a bundle.
Right.
And I always sent bundles because it's the same experience. Then they get on a phone call with you. So I want you, as you're thinking, if you are working offline, or if you'd rather say, you know, this online space has just made me tired, I want you to then take yourself out, put your blinders on, focus on one-on-one. I want you, as you go into whatever quarter you in, to have a clear focus of where you thrive the most and to be willing to let go of the funnel blueprint that has been sold to you that may not work for your audience or you or your strategy right now.
Right. But this idea is also applicable, like you said, on one-on-one offline situation, because you will need to have awareness to your potential clients. You will need to be exposed out there. You will need to speak in front of a fitness club or present whatever your ideas are. Excuse me, my computer is gonna die, I'm sorry. All right, so then online or offline, you can offer a tripwire program. This is a program that is usually less than $20. But again, don't jump in that as soon as you get somebody in your system. This is for when you're already a little advanced, maybe third email, fourth, fifth email, depending on your niche and depending how you have a rapport with your leads. And those can be bundles, can be some paid challenges, can be a paid phone call, a 1-hour phone call that is not, you know, enticing to anything else. It could be a health check, it could be a mini educational series, and it could be also a paid webinar or workshop. Now, of course, again, you know, you build reports, educational email series, and so forth, and you move them down into the gateway programs. Those are programs that are usually less than $300, and they're usually less than 21 days. So it's a committal program. And or you can also offer short-term one-on-one coaching packages as a gateway program and perhaps a membership. Then you move them into your mega programs, and again, you know, continue the relationship. And those are typically more than 21 day longs. They are also long-term coaching and such.
And they can be, guys. I just want to also address this typical modality of thinking of a funnel that may not work for everyone. Those mega programs, that can be also this intuitive at the end of even a group coaching, online or offline. Hey guys, this has been really amazing. Do you guys want to dive deeper? I mean, some of us are very structured. Clearly, that's why I work with Sonia. She's very structured. She's very right brain, organized in that fashion. When you can combine both sides, and this is what Ryan Deiss talks about, when you can combine the empathy, the intuitive side, and that's also what Sonia has as well. But in your business, when you start thinking, where does this person really need to go that would help them? Right. What was the journey that helped me? And what was the journey that I've helped other people? What were the stages? You're taking them in this through stages. And so sometimes that upselling to them is really this intuitive process. Sometimes it's very clear. We're going one program and then they go into a 3-month mastery. And guys, that can be For some of you, it's going to be 10 people in a mastery. For some of you, it's going to be 5. It doesn't have to be these huge things that cost a lot of money and make us feel overwhelmed. So as you're looking at this, sit down and say, okay, for my one-on-one business, what is the customer lifecycle process? Or if I'm doing groups, and really make sure that you are looking at this based on what's going to work for you, and also what's going to, like Sonia said, you might have people that are really turned off by tripwires. No, take that, hear it, then fix your funnel, fix your approach. Because if you're making people feel, ugh, they're not going to want to work with you. It's a trust building process, and we all do this in a very different way. Your business is going to be very different than somebody else's. So take what Sonia's saying today, apply, do your homework, fix some things maybe in the next 7 to 30 days so that you don't get yourself in a pickle and spend extra money and wasted energy.
Right. And of course, on your VIP, you can also imagine a one-on-one tailored coaching for a client, or something that is way long-term and that is a much bigger investment on them and on you, if you do one-on-one like this. Now, let's translate that to an all about the gut funnel. So, for example, we took one of Rachel's funnels, that is the gut funnel, and she has all kinds of lead magnets that you can use to attract people. So this would be used for awareness. And of course, you would use, your social media, your blog post, and all those items that will attract people, and then land them on those pages that will bring those visitors into your funnel as leads. Then you can have a tripwire program. This is not a must to have a tripwire program. This one can be, that's why I put it in both. You don't need to have a paid program, or you can offer as a paid program. And so tripwire
rebate. Guys, like when you're thinking of that, and this is why looking at an example like this is so great. It's not just about this one freebie magic. It's about finding how your audience processes information, and also based on the psychology of the buyer, their life. And this is what we talk about real quick. This is the avatar part. Like, what is their life like? How busy are they? Are they a person, even though they might need a 4 months, are they really a person that will commit to that right off? And so you think, wow, a 5-day health challenge. I could have this in a PDF format. I could also have a PDF and video. This could be a video series leading to a webinar, leading to a program. The possibilities are endless when you master, big master word, how your community, how your audience is in the awareness stage. What converts? What I would rather you guys spend more time on the lead magnets and knowing what the conversion is and getting people right on the phone, hearing them, taking down notes, and using those exact problems that they're saying to you in your messaging, online or offline.
Right. So I see I doubled myself. Sorry about that. So the gateway, the gateway could be your 10-day sugar detox. That's in Rachel's funnel. And then the mega program is Restore Your Gut Health, which is a 6-month program. So it's pushing your leads and customers into a longer term.
It's an 8 week. No,
sorry. I was still on the other one. Sorry, 8 weeks.
Just think of this, and I want you, before we close out, in any funnel, it's what experience. Same thing as your one-on-one. That's why I love a 3-tier. It's the same thing as your funnels. It's based on their personalities. Mm-hmm. Some people, they may be, and her name is Jane for my avatar. I had so many Janes who, they were with me for 2 years. They only ever got a single session. They loved joining my programs. So they were in what I call the CrossFitter. They love community, but they never signed up for my 2 months or my 4 month. It just wasn't their personality. So when you're building your funnels, this is where it's really important for you to also step in this intuitive part and also look at, does your funnel really work for your audience? because any program can be niched really to anyone. This could be gut, this could be hormones, this could be mindset, this could be ketogenic if we wanted to slap some ketogenic and do a ketogenic transition. It's not just my niche. It's you being really specific on the topics that your niche is struggling with, and standing and being your funnel and understanding at every point that it needs to make sense in this kind of process that Sonia so beautifully put together.
Yes, and to close off, I think that keep in mind that testing and having awareness out there to attract people and be exposed to the consumer is a multi-pronged, let's say, strategy, because you're not going to attract everybody with one message. Somebody might be searching for, like Rachel mentioned, a sugar problem solver, and somebody else will directly go into, oh my God, I feel terrible every time I eat. I need something to clean my gut. Is it going to be probiotics? Maybe it's a probiotic lead magnet that you're going to put out there.
Or somebody doesn't even know. And this is, are we on the last slide, Sonia?
Yes.
Okay, let's just stop sharing.
Yep.
And this is what we want to leave you guys with. There might be a person who doesn't even know what to search for. And they are using verbiage. And this was exact verbiage that my clients would say to me. I feel off. I don't know what's happening. I'm told I'm crazy. I know something's wrong, but I don't know. I've been to XYZ and I just feel scared. It's usually those things. So it's your job. It's not Facebook algorithm, IG. It's not anyone's fault. It's not the platform that's broken. It's that we are not explaining the process, and we are not messaging to the person who has no idea, or to the person who really is like, wow, I have a pain in my upper right side right here that hurts. And every time I eat, this is exactly. So maybe that's part of your journey. Maybe it's not. But you want to think about the things that you want to think about, these key messages, and speaking to that person at each part. There might be a person who she doesn't even know she has gut issues, but in your business, you've messaged that gut and weight are completely related. You might decide that in your business, you're coming out loud. And that is the key thing. You have to define the process. There's not one done for you program out there, not one business coach, not one mastermind, not one 10K build it for me digital XYZ. That's what we all hoped for in our health, in our business. But the thing is, it does not exist. You have to step back. Done for you programs, or even done for you websites that Sonia has, done for you opt-in page, done for you course template, done for you everything. That is to save you time.
Yeah, it's a starting point.
Then you come in all loud, roaring. This is what I see is broken in the system. This is why I'm sharing on these 5 topics daily and really drilling down. So when somebody sees you, they say, oh yeah, that person always talks about detox and how it relates to all these different processes that are happening in my body. You can't expect your client, your potential client out there in a sea of overwhelm to go like this. No, you did that. You need to go back and say, what the hell was I Googling? At what stage, at what of these processes? And if you don't do that, there's going to be a lot of money wasted, a lot of funnels flushed down the toilet, because really, if you just sit in the infancy beginning part, your funnel will thrive no matter what. And I will say, and we will close on this, is that no matter what you buy, no matter how you implement it, we encourage. Because what has happened is we have depended on these automated systems and blamed every platform, every algorithm. If you stand up and you really share what people want in any platform, and you get loud and clear with conviction on why you believe everyone has to start with a detox, and then they pivot to either 2 options, because you either went through that or you know that this is what you stand on. Think of Chris Kressler, Josh Axe, Alejandro Younger, Terry Walls, and many. They stand with conviction with their process. They don't go, oh, I don't know if somebody comes through, where should they go? They know. They go here. And they're also willing to pivot, meaning Josh Axe didn't start there. Josh Axe now is all about ketogenic. That's not what he was before when I first talked to him years ago. But he pivots, and it's okay. You pivot in your business when something has changed, and then you come out with the same roaring conviction. And if you're not making money, that's the part to start with first. So with that being said, funnel hacking 101. Guys, if you have any questions about the Done For You websites, or even just step one process, or maybe you feel like your funnel is broke, please feel free to go over to yourhealthcoachbiz.com. Look at some of the start here. Look at some of the funnel stuff that we even have there and see where are the missing holes. And if you are sitting there with no website, I do encourage you to come over and check out the Done For You websites, because they're done so clean, so simple, and to save you time so you can get out there and share more. All right, guys. Sonia, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
daringdesign.co, or I'm all over Rachel's site. And if you contact me or Rachel, depending on which question, we send each other those emails so that the person that knows best will answer. That's it.
And with that being said, we're going to peace out, guys. Take a step back. Sometimes we have to our funnel. We have to, and sometimes we have to detox our funnel, clean it up, get back to the basics, and not throw it out. Just see where we're missing, and it most often is in that awareness.
And one final tip: sign up for your own funnel, so you are in your viewers' shoes and you see what emails they get, and ask yourself, did that email really help me? Did that email really was nice? I have to change my own funnel because I have an email right there that is so aggressive. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I sent that to people. So everybody has to go through that. Sign up for your own stuff. Please do that.
And set it up and give yourself that time. We don't just craft a funnel. We craft it. We step away. We come back, because just like Sonia just said, sometimes we're in a, and then we step back and say, how would Sally have felt if she got that first one? And okay, so she got the second day, but I came in hard. Maybe Sally really needs like a little softer. What is Sally experiencing? So always ask yourself, is this beneficial? Is this aggressive? What kind of audience do I have? How do they like to be spoken to? And that comes also back to your brand. That's for another discussion, but really think, how do you speak to your friends? How do you live your life? Your business is just really a reflection of who you are in your daily life. So take a step back and see if you've been rocking somebody's blueprint with their voice. And maybe it's just really that you haven't found your own. Remember, be your walking funnel. With that being said, we will see you guys later. Have an awesome day. All right. Bye, guys.